Hey guys, what's going on? Zephyrix here. So I was listening to Ice Rhymes video today, right? And the one thing about Rhymes that I like is, well, first of all, let it be known that he's one of those guys who, I kind of put him in my elite category. Basically, what it means is, you guys, excuse me, but up and down here, I'm rubbing my wife's back right now. But the one thing that he kind of goes in that category of pretty much elitist, in my opinion. Basically, it's he's one of those guys who, when he makes a comment on my video, I stop and I listen to what he has to say. And same thing with a video. If I see a video that came about, I stop and I want to see his video. So I look at his video, and he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. All you guys, the ones who are the video artists, if for lack of a better word, want to sit there and talk about how the Microsoft conference was fail, only because like you're fake, basically. Long and short of it, you're fake. You know, and it's like, honestly, you don't think that Microsoft's thing was that bad. But the honest opinion is that you sit there and want to not piss off your fan base, and why? It's just be a grown ass man. Tell your own opinion. Stand by your opinions. If you thought it was good, let it be good. If you thought it was bad, let it be bad. But at least be a man and own up to what you think. I will go ahead and try any system or do anything, at the expense of my own wallet, and which is not a problem for me. I don't mind doing that. But, you can't sit there and say what you believe, honestly believe, just because a couple of people are going to be mad at you. You know? I mean, that's one thing I can say about Prez, and I've always said about Prez. I've always said about Rev and Dumars, is that at least they stand behind their belief. They stand behind what what they believe. If they believe that both systems were great, then both systems were great. You know? I mean, honestly, man, just thinking about it, man, Press was right about everything he said about the PlayStation community. 100% right. And you people who, you take these subs way too seriously, man. Think about it, man. First and foremost, half of them are nothing more than just keyboard warriors. Those who just, just a bunch of punk ass bitches who can't say or do anything, you know, without shitting in their drawers in real life. But they come on YouTube, they think they God of the Empire, and that's real talk. Prove me wrong. Half these motherfuckers out there won't even do or say shit in real life. You know, and that's just how it is. You sit there and just you sit there and pee right there and there. Piss. Open your mouth. Why pee? Guess who's gonna open their mouth? Y'all. Damn right, they open their mouth real wide. But they come on here and YouTube, and they big daddy now. They flexing their muscles and shit now. Oh, now y'all strong. Talking a whole bunch of shit. That's just how it is. And I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's Killzone. Anyway, my point is that you can't take them that seriously, and I don't anymore. I used to be all about my subs, doing whatever I gotta do, and then I stopped, and I realized, you know what, this channel's called Zephyrnix. There's a Zephyrnix, there's Zephyrnix HD, there's Lydell Washington. All those are my channels. I'm gonna do what I want to do on my channels. I'm gonna say what I want to say on my channels, and I'm gonna believe what I want to believe, not because it's my channel, but because I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do. You know. And what I want to do is, never be that kind of person who I know for a fact is going to be seen as someone who believes, what the crowd wants them to believe. You know what that's called? It's called a fucking puppet. Yeah, well, at least on YouTube it is. So I mean, overall, choose what you want to do. You want to be a puppet, or you want to be a grown man. Decide. And like I said before, Ice Rhymes is right, because I do know a couple of people. Matter of fact, I've called a couple of people out on there. So if I ever said anything, regarding you impressing the fanboys, yeah, I was talking direct. I was being dead ass serious. You came off as someone who, and I'll even come out and say it straight up. I think P-Bone was definitely one of them. He definitely surprised me when he said. I mean, granted that if you like the conference or didn't like the conference, is, your own opinion. Whatever you want to do, that's up to you. But at the same time, think about it. He was coming out here like, oh, what do you say? Oh, Microsoft failed, man. They totally failed. They totally failed. I mean, don't get it wrong. I liked, how Gears looked. I liked how Halo Reach looked. I liked how the new Xbox looked. I like the fact that they gave everyone an Xbox. I like the fact, how they did it. I liked how the tall worked, and the tall works fine, but they still failed. And I was just like, I mean, he didn't say exactly like that, but for the most part, he liked that. He was saying how everything he liked about the press conference, which was like about 85% of it, but then he's still talking about he's failed. I'm like, dude, you know, you will call Zephyrix whatever the hell you want to call Zephyrix, but a puppet is the last thing you're going to be able to call me. A person who, doesn't betray what his own thoughts is the last person, I mean, you're always going to see me as that kind of person, that person who, portrays his own thoughts, who has his own mind. You will always see me as that. The reason why is because you will always see Lydell Washington as that person too. Everyone outside of YouTube sees me sees that too. Excuse me, sees me as that too. Someone who speaks his own mind, who believes his own things, who comes up with his own conclusions instead of depending on what the other masses think and want me to believe. I mean, like I said before, Ice Rhymes brought up some very good points. It just seems like YouTube is just full of fakes. Very few people out there are actually real.